Mi 11X vs Realme X7 Max. After a review comparison, has Realme beaten Xiaomi to its own game? The Xiaomi Mi 11X is in direct line of fire from the Realme X7 Max. The Realme X7 Max is Realme's second attempt at a 2021 flagship, and it has got it all right this time. The price is reasonable, the specifications are latest, and the value is great. In fact, the Realme X7 Max left us mighty impressed in our review as it checks the boxes Indians seeking a sub-Rs 30,000 price. Most importantly, it challenges the Xiaomi Mi 11X at its own game. Also read, Poco F3 GT to soon launch in India, expected price. Specifications: the Mi 11X starts at Rs 29,999 and has been our favorite in this segment since its launch. The inclusion of a Snapdragon 870 chip and a good display were the main factors it appeals highly. That said, the Realme X7 Max is cheaper by some margin, and it manages to do all the same things. Also read, Realme C25S is the company's attempt to help people game on a budget. Since we have reviewed both the phones, it would be criminal to not pit these against each other. Realme or Xiaomi, which one trumps the sub-Rs 30,000 segment? Also read, exclusive, Xiaomi Mi 11 Lite 4G India launch set for June. Xiaomi Mi 11X vs Realme X7 Max. Mi 11X vs Realme X7 Max. Design is subjective, and in a comparison involving Realme and Xiaomi, it becomes difficult for the consumer. The Mi 11X goes for a modern take on its premium image, with a design inspired from the Mi 11 flagship. The squircle camera hump with large lens design is surely eye-catchy upon a glossy rear. The front is dominated by an edge-to-edge display, with the camera cutout prominently sitting in the center. Realme X7 Max. The Realme X7 Max goes for a tried and tested design, one that has been done umpteen times. While the design is boring, it is the tasteful paint job that gives it an identity. The matte colors and finish intersected by a glossy strip running down the camera hump is new and look fresh. While both of them are equally attractive, note that the Mi 11X uses a glass rear, while the Realme X7 Max has a innovative plastic construction. The build quality is top-notch on both the phones. Display: Mi 11X, Maya E13, both phones use an AMOLED display with refresh rates of up to 120 Hz. That said, the Mi 11X gets a bigger 6.67-inch canvas, whereas the Realme's display measures slightly smaller at 6.4 inches. Realme uses Dragon Tail glass protection, while Xiaomi offers Gorilla Glass 5. The Mi 11X also offers HDR10 Plus and up to 1300 nits of peak brightness. The Realme maxes out at 1000 nits and misses out on HDR10 ratings. This difference shows while using the phones, as the Mi 11X look livelier. Taking everything into consideration, the Mi 11X has a superior display. Performance: this is where it all changes. The Mi 11X's Snapdragon 870 and the Realme's Dimensity 1200 are neck and neck in terms of raw performance, with the former taking slight leads in synthetic benchmark. In real world, the performance couldn't be more similar between these two. The Mi 11X gets to run on the Maya E12.5 based on Android 11, and those of you familiar with Maya know what's what. The user experience is smooth overall, but Xiaomi's interface is often found difficult to grasp for newcomers. Plus, Maya wants to pull users into its own ecosystem with the GitHub's App Store, theme stores and more. Gaming performance on the Snapdragon 870 is impressive, but unlike the Snapdragon 888, graphics-intensive games often drop frames after a while. The phone supports 5G, but it only gets 2 5G bands. Realme X7 Max. The Realme X7 Max runs on Realme 2.0 based on Android Android 11. The user interface is neatly laid out and easy to grasp, despite several pre-installed first and third-party apps. Realme also offers customization, but the tweaking is limited in comparison to MI. Gaming performance on the Dimensity 1200 is as good as the Snapdragon 870, as it can play high-end games like Genshin Impact, Call of Duty Mobile and Asphalt 9 in the best of ways. There is 5G support too, but you get 9 5G bands as well as dual SIM dual 5G on both slots. Cameras with the Mi 11X, Xiaomi offers a restricted camera setup. That is, a 48-megapixel main camera, an 8-megapixel ultra-wide camera, and a 5-megapixel macro camera. The Realme X7 Max gets a similar setup too, i.e., a 64-megapixel main camera, an 8-megapixel ultra-wide, and a 2-megapixel macro camera. Xiaomi Mi 11. While none of these are meant for photography enthusiasts, it is the Mi 11X that does it slightly better than the Realme X7 Max. The camera is tuned well to appeal to Indian users more, and the macro camera is more useful than the one on the Realme X7 Max. That's not to say that the Redmi's cameras are bad, but it is Xiaomi who makes the most out of the given setup. The X7 Max's main camera output and good lighting is likable. But Mi 11X, Mi 11X price in India, Mi 11X specifications, Mi QLED TV75, Mi QLED TV75 price in India, Mi QLED TV75 specifications, Xiaomi. Both phones have similar battery capacities, minus 4,500 mAh on the Realme and 4,520 mAh on the Xiaomi. In daily use, both of these easily last a day and then some. If you play games on an average of an hour a day, both of these phones will need a top-up by night. The Mi 11X relies on a 33W wired fast charger that takes up to an hour for a full recharge. The Realme X7 Max does better with its 50W fast charger that tops the battery in almost 40 minutes. Price as Realme X7 Max. This is where the Realme takes a massive leap. The base version of the X7 Max is priced at Rs 26,999 with 8GB RAM and 128GB storage. That's cheaper than the base Mi 11X by Rs 3,000, which itself offers 6GB RAM and 128GB storage. The 12GB RAM variant of the Realme X7 Max costs Rs 29,999, the same as the base version of the Mi 11X. Let's sum up all the pros and cons of both these smartphones. Xiaomi Mi 11X - slightly faster Snapdragon 870 chip, better camera performance, better display, premium glass. Realme X7 Max Dimensity 1200 is fast as Snapdragon 870 in real world, faster charging, superior ergonomics, better value, more 5G bounce support, dual SIM 5. Mi 11X versus Realme X7 Max. While both of these are equally capable, it is the Realme X7 Max that comes across as a superior choice right now in June 2021. Not only is it cheaper by Rs 3,000, but the performance and the overall package also impart a premium mid-range smartphone experience. It is also secured with better 5G support. The Xiaomi Mi 11X is pricier, but you still can't find faults with its reliable Snapdragon 870 performance and superior camera output. However, in a world where the Realme X7 Max exists, the Xiaomi Mi 11X doesn't make sense as a Rs 3,000 expensive option. Xiaomi needs to revise the price in order to make the phone more competitive.